All right, choices that you have. Take notes on this. Okay, they're very simple things I'm going to share with you, but we don't realize the choices we have. We have choices in the amount of time that you choose to spend with a person. Okay, some relationships, you have more choices about that than others. If you have children, guess what? You're going to spend a lot of time with your children. But you can change those interactions. We'll talk more about that in a minute. You can choose the amount of time that you spend with your coworkers, with your friends, with people at your church, with anybody who's in your life. It's your choice. How many people feel obligated? Does anyone ever feel obligated to spend time with people? Do you know what you're doing to yourself? You're tying your hands behind your back. Oh, I have to do this. Do you have to do anything? Only if you are worried about what other people think of you, and you're afraid that they're going to think that something's wrong with you because they're not spending time, or they take it personally themselves. Why not be free and powerful? So watch yourself as you feel obligated. If there's an obligation, usually there's a fear involved, right? We're afraid of something, so we get obligated. The depth and the quality of the interaction. So you want to improve one of your relationships. Start to look at how often am I actually interacting with this person? Maybe I'm talking to them frequently, but we're talking about surface things all the time. If you want to grow that relationship, maybe you spend smaller quantities of time, but you're prepared for the interaction in a new way, and you understand what you want to create in that relationship, and so you ask different questions, you interact in different ways. You go more in detail to create a greater love and understanding. Other choices, the frequency of those interactions. Okay, so it's the amount of time, but then how often you are seeing those people in your life. The preparation for the interaction. Okay, so you know you have a challenging person in your life. Okay, if you don't prepare yourself energetically for that interaction, you're going to be more likely to react. Okay, you know, like if you go into a difficult business meeting, prepare yourself. Visualize how do you want it to look. Who do you want to be in that interaction? Practice it mentally. Make sure you're well rested, well fed. All these things we're talking about, the connection between body, mind, and spirit is like this. You can't separate them. Prepare yourself for those interactions, especially the ones that drain you. Are you fully present in the interaction? That idea of being in the now, I'll tell you what, especially in business, this makes a difference. You're sitting in your office. If you're distracted, who has more power in that interaction? The person who is more present. At home as well, how often is your mind bogged down with other things that are going on, all the things that you need to get to? Your child comes up to you and wants to be heard, but you're too busy. I did that. I used to feel when I was putting my kids to bed that they had to be in bed at a certain time. So I felt stressful. And I was thinking about, oh, after they get in bed, I have to get this done, I have to finish this project, I have to do this. So I wasn't present in those interactions, and it made it very stressful for myself and my children. As I saw that, I started to stop myself and say, wait a minute, I'm here right now with them. Why don't I enjoy them? Why don't I get down on their level? Why don't I look them in the eye and give all my energy to that? Do you know how that transformed how they felt and how I felt? It created a beautiful change in my life. Same thing with your friends. You know when they're distracted and they're talking to you. Isn't that the most annoying thing? So you be present. You lead the way. You bring about the change in your life. You bring about the change in your relationships. What about your thoughts about the relationship? Oh, this relationship can never change. No, there's no hope with this person. Well, are you setting yourself up for failure with that relationship? Are you pigeonholing someone and saying they're only capable of something? Are you capable of change? Okay, when we are honest, honesty is a beautiful gift that we're offering to another person. It's their choice whether they unwrap that gift and look at it or not, but it's a great gift. And if we believe that person has the capability of change, we aren't going to know until we speak our truth. Give the gift of honesty. Begin to make positive statements about what you want in your relationships, that you're open to change, that things can change. Things can change, can't they? Yes, they can. Other choices you have. What do you focus on in the other person? Are you focusing on the negative or the positive? What you focus on is what grows in your relationships. if you begin to step back and be honest and release some of that anger that you're holding inside, you begin to see the other person with new eyes. You begin to see the beauty that you saw at the beginning of that relationship that has eroded over so much time. When I became more honest with my husband that I needed more help around the house, that I was overwhelmed, I was afraid to tell him that because I thought I had to do it all. I felt guilty about the idea of even asking. Was he willing to help? Yeah, he was. And I began to give him the benefit of the doubt and to see the beauty in him, the helpfulness in him, the strength that he had in his spirit. My view of him changed as I changed my view of him. And he began to respond in different ways, and it transforms relationships. Be grateful. These people in your life are merely your learning partners. Again, it's not personal. I actually believe that God, the universe, I like to call it, the Spirit, gives us people in our lives to be learning partners. If you saw everyone in your life as a learning partner, would that change your approach? Yes. Hey, we're just learning together. Is it all that serious? Is it? No, we make it very, very serious, don't we? Very heavy. Lighten up. Boy, it's taken me a while to do that, and I still have to remind myself to lighten up about it. So be grateful.